Some people say that you have to go to New York to get a good slice of pizza. I beg to differ because Brooklyn is now open.
Hi, I'm Domenico De Procida. I'm the owner of Brooklyn Pizzeria and Taps. And my whole vision was to bring a pizzeria similar to the pizzerias I'm used to back in Italy. Well, the association with Italian food and Brooklyn, the place is, Brooklyn has a very large Italian culture and history. So we decided we wanted to play on that and make it a little fun, a neat atmosphere. So we went forward doing the Brooklyn theme, and we married it with the Italian history of Brooklyn. We wanted to create the feel, like when you walked in, you get the feel of New York. Gives you immediate, that's the most recognizable thing from Brooklyn is Brooklyn Bridge, as well as we played off the brick, a lot of black and white photos, just try to get the whole New York atmosphere. In Brooklyn, there's two famous types of pizza. One is coal-fired pizza, the other's wood. We do the wood here, and we try to source as many of the fresh ingredients locally as we can, as well as the imported ingredients. We import them all from Italy. We go through approximately a cord per month. So, yeah, to break that down, a cord would be about 3 pickup trucks full of wood, so a significant amount. Depending on the temperature we're running, we like our oven up around 650 degrees. If we're at temperature, it's approximately 3 minutes. The oven itself, we'll be able to cook up to 20 pizzas at one time. The way the ovens are designed, and they're so well insulated, it's gonna hold temperature. We come in the morning and it's down around 300 degrees. So it never really falls below that. If we were to fire that oven from completely cool, it would take a good 4 to 5 hours before we get anywhere close to the temperature we need to cook. We've been experimenting with different crusts that right now are quite popular in southern Italy. One of them is a charcoal crust, and Alessandro will talk a little bit about that.
In our dough, we put only a little bit of yeast because it's really a strong type of flavor. So this helps to be easier to digest. This is one of our pizza with meatballs. Here is all homemade. We are trying to do everything by ourselves.
Well, what we're trying to bring to Calgary and to the Royal Oak community is the home cooked feel. We're feeding Calgary food that we feed our families, and that's the pride that we're trying to take in and the quality we're trying to bring. Yeah, Italians in general are very passionate, creative people, and we're just trying to bring our own passion and what we love into the restaurant.
That's right, just having lunch with the boys. And you can have lunch too here at Brooklyn. We have a pair of gift cards to give away. And to get those, all you gotta do is tweet me at Rolfe Promo Guy Brooklyn. Until next time, where's my slice?
It's happened. Every time I think I've gotten away, they pull me back in. It's time for another stampede, and this time in Strathmore.
Many of the programs here, we're running a professional rodeo with wagons and wagon races. Certainly some of the attractions that folks will be familiar with in a larger venue like the Calgary Stampede, but it's a little smaller scale, clearly, and a little bit more intimate for the fans, and the kinds of spirit that goes into the development of the programming here. So we're on Heritage Weekend. We have Heritage Days as part of the overall Stampede and Stampede feel of the thing, but from a broader context, certainly these are traditions that are passed down, from generations of rodeo fans and from an agricultural base. The whole entire rural-urban kind of interface of informing the public. But they gather, they come here, celebrate through rodeo, through wagon racing, but that bigger context of quality food and so on is always present in here on the grounds and in this event. But overall, because of the mandate of our agricultural society and of the many agricultural societies across the province, our mandate is to promote agriculture and recreation and healthy lifestyles and that whole piece as well. So while we're having fun at a rodeo and a fair and exhibition, that's the broader picture of what this is about.
Probably prefer the smaller shows like this. It's the family comes out and the friends, and the horses got the grass corrals, and and it's kind of more relaxed, but it is a smaller atmosphere, and you know, everybody's closer, and yeah, you know, like you get back and people can come back to the barns and see the horses, and you know, see how most of the year is. You know, it's not much fun, but you know, that is the sport, and you kind of run in anything, so you know, you just gotta grin and bear it and hope the sun shines the next day. Yeah, Lane drove for me the first night and got day money, and then I went out and hit a barrel last night and messed it all up. I probably promote the little ones the most, and you know, it's probably where everybody's gonna have the most fun, and you know, just kick back and enjoy it.
If you want more info on this little action, check out strathmorestampede.com. Until next time, I'm Rolfe the promo guy. Go! Fresh oysters. Well, that's what they say. And that's why we're here at Rodney's to find out just how fresh.
Rodney's, when you first walk in here, it's big, it's bright, it's beautiful, it's got a nice nautical theme, and people love it. Fresh, 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 fresh. That's when it comes to seafood, that's what we do, that's what we know, that's what we love, that's our passion. As they say, you know, farm to table, we're tied to table. We're here in the back of the kitchen. This is our spray tank where we keep the Pacific oysters. Yeah, the nice thing about having these tanks, they're saltwater tanks, and you know, they keep the oysters really fresh. You know, really, really fresh. And that's the thing that we pride ourselves on, is having really good, fresh product that is basically out of the water and on your plate within a couple days. All right. Okay, and we take the tag off. We keep the tag. There we go. And then we give the oysters a little bath, you know? Give them a nice little rinse. You want to make sure they're nice and presentable, nice and clean for our customers. Like we do this, right? Every day, wash oysters, new product comes in, we take it out of here, issue the oysters, they clean it. You're gonna basically put this over there, and then we put the tag on there.
South of Calgary, there's this little town called Okotoks, and in that town, there's a little hidden gem called Pho Quai.
Pho Quai has been a Calgary staple for over 30 years, knocking it out of the park with Vietnamese classics.
Well, we've caught up to the matriarch of the Pho Quai dynasty. How are you today?
Good, good.
Oh my gosh, I am such a fan of pho, hey?
Yeah.
It's delicious.
Yeah.
On a winter day like this, I would say top 5 soups to have, yeah?
Yeah. My special soup, satay soup number 15. Very nice.
Number 15, but number 1 in our hearts though, right?
Yeah.
Every day at 10 a.m., Teresa is forced to double her seating capacity, because by 11 a.m., it's tough to get a seat. Husband and wife team Roger and Lindsay are bringing the Pho Quai experience to Okotoks.
So this here is our final famous pho broth, but in order to get to here, we have to do a lot of other steps. So come on back. So this one here is our beef bones. In order to get to this point, it takes about 10 hours to simmer. But even before we put them in the pot with the water, we do have to clean them properly, so then they are able to become that nice, clean, clear broth. So you see my mother-in-law behind me. She is actually skimming off some of the fat content on the broth. The reason why we do this is because all the fat and the marrow from the bones makes the soup a little bit cloudy. And in order to have a nice broth for the pho, you need to have a clear broth. So The reason why we do this is because, one, we want the clear broth and we don't want the flavor to be compromised as well. So this one here is our secret spice blend that consists of 9 different spices. It also does include star anise, cinnamon, and then we put our finishing touches of salt and sugar as well before we even get to this point in this pot.
All the ingredients are eyeballed and measured out with experience.
Now we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna cook it to bring out the flavors of all of the spices. And after we toast them for a few minutes, you get a little bit of color on them. We will top this up with water and let it simmer for about 1 hour. And then after it's done cooking, we'll strain out all the spices and then it becomes a liquid spice. This is our secret spice blend that makes our soup just so phenomenal. Phenomenal. If you could only smell the aroma when we cook this in the restaurant, you know, if smell-o-vision existed, you would be down here in a heartbeat.
Softened rice noodles get a finishing bath in boiling water that will set the stage.
The reason why we keep the rare beef is because it actually makes the meat really juicy and tender. A lot of people get scared about rare beef, but because the broth is so hot and the meat is so thinly sliced that it cooks within seconds. The first spice, or the first sauce, is our satay sauce, the spicy peanut sauce. It's signature to us and to us only. That beautiful, clear, golden broth being poured over top of the meat. You can see that it's cooking within seconds there.
What makes your soup so unique? Love?
Yeah.
Love?
Yeah.
Love that only Mother Teresa could give, I think. So this holiday season, if you find yourself in lovely Okotoks, stop by Faux Hua and get a virtual hug from the inside and put the fa la 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 back in your step for the rest of your shopping. Until next time, I'm Rolfe the Eating Guy.